quick, hit that like and subscribe button if you guys are hyped for Season 10 and want to keep up to date with all legit content regarding future Fortnite events and updates. Hey guys, it's Postbox Pat. Welcome back to a brand new Fortnite Battle Royale video, and today we're going to be talking about everything Season 10 and changes. I know so many of you guys want to know what my opinions are for Season 10. Usually you say my predictions are correct, so I'm going to go over a bunch of different stuff which I want to talk about in today's video, which I'm really excited about. Also, I am going to be making another Season 10 video closer to the time regarding leaks and obviously information which we are getting leading up to that. Obviously the event has not even happened yet over at Pressure Plant. So we've got so much information in today's video which I want to go over, some awesome predictions. I also want to know your predictions down in the comment section down below, so don't forget to comment yours down below. I'm really excited to see what you guys think is going to happen in Season 10, and I'll be sure to read through a bunch of them, heart them and like them. So thank you everybody who has been commenting down there, or you are typing right now probably if you're on mobile or computer, because you can do it at the same time as watching the video. But yeah, let me know your opinions for Season 10 and I'll be sure to look at the comments to what you guys think as well before we get into my opinions. So let's start off with my first opinion, which is going to be obviously due to the robot. So the robot itself is going to have a huge event. Now there's a lot of stuff going on in this robot, and we'll be making more videos on that in the future as well. But from what I've gathered so far, the most recent map change which we've received here is the jetpack type thing on the back of this robot, which could indicate that there's going to be a fight in the air, meaning that there's not going to be too many map changes this season, meaning Season 10 will have most of the changes rather than during Season 9 like we got during Season 8 when Mega Mall and Tilted were destroyed. That was a huge big change. Just before we get any further into this video though guys, I'd just like to say thank you everybody who's helped me hit 400,000 subscribers, and we are slowly creeping towards 500,000. You guys would be absolutely awesome if you guys could hit that subscribe button right now if you're new to the channel. If you want to be the first person to see what's going on with the event in Fortnite, all the news, you can expect it right on the channel here. So hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Roughly 70% of you guys aren't already subscribed, so hit that subscribe button and thank you very much. 70% of you guys watching, that is. I know someone actually commented this the other day, why do you keep changing the number? The reason I keep changing the number is because it changes every single day. It changes in real time, because obviously one day 68% of you guys might not be subscribed and the next day 70%. So the most recent figure I looked at was 70%, so 70% of you guys watching are already subscribed. So thank you everyone who's supporting me with that. Anyway, let's get back into this and talk a little bit about more map changeable or potential map change locations for Season 10. So assuming that the monster and the robot have a fight in the sky or some sort of fight during the edge of the map, which is potential, then we can assume that the map changes are going to probably be locations that aren't very big. Another reason that makes me think that is because obviously during the Season 9 event we have the World Cup taking place as well, and they're not going to change many locations for that other than kind of smallish locations, because they don't really want to do that. But we're talking about Season 10 right now, not the end of Season 9. So where do I think is going to change for Season 10? Now 25% of me saying that we're going to get near enough an entire half of the map changed, or even a brand new Fortnite Battle Royale map. But let's take that 25% of me out, put that in the bin, carry on with this 75% of me talking about what actually is going to change on the map. So some locations which I just want to pick up on, you got to consider Polar Peak is now officially completely trashed. I think during Season 10 we'll start to see that melt more. Even in the cinematic it may take place. We may see the robot or the monster damage it during the Season 9 event, which could lead to Greasy Cove being built or reappearing. Obviously that would be awesome. I do think we'll still have the Neo season maybe next season if it doesn't get damaged towards the end of Season 9. That is potential. I also do think we may get some sort of medieval type season as well, which would be absolutely awesome, because that really would change up Fortnite entirely. We haven't really seen much kind of like medieval vibes, or kind of a vibe where everything gets toned back a little bit on the map. It seems very modern. It's been quite modern for a while, or kind of what's the word for it? It's kind of like now, it's a year 2000-ish, 2000 plus, if you could compare it to that. So everything's kind of just at a mid stage. So it's not oldish, it's not new or modern, it's like just now, if you get what I mean. So Fortnite was in its now stage, whatever year it's in. I can't really put a number on it because I don't know, and it's been like that for a while, but we haven't seen an entire map covered in like medieval stuff or anything like that. We've obviously seen the Viking area and a few other things popping up around the map, but I do think that is a potential thing for Season 10. Now, some notable places which are going to get changed for Season 10 is this little house over here. They wouldn't just randomly start, why is it not rendering in? They wouldn't just start randomly building this. So obviously during Season 10, this is going to have some changes changes. It may even have a point of interest here, which could make me believe that Snobby Shores could get hit badly by the monster or robot during the event and potentially lead to that being maybe a new point of interest in this section right here, which would fit in perfect because it's a very dead space. There's no point of interest at all really. The nearest point of interest is Pleasant Park or Haunted Hills, so right where I am right now we don't have a point of interest at all. So all this section of the map, I personally believe, could easily be changed, including the famous football pitch there. That could also get changed, and this would allow for a brand new locations and point of interest, and even the rebuild of Greasy Grove. Now if the Neo season is still going, or the Neo vibe is kind of still going, Greasy Grove may get a modern or futuristic vibe. It's not modern, I guess it's futuristic, so that would be absolutely awesome. We also have our famous location where our famous Stormwing planes were here. Unfortunately they're no longer here, so I do think this location will eventually get removed, which is a shame because Frosty Flights was one of my favorite spots. It's right on the edge of the map and it is a shame to see it go, but I do think this will go during season 10 because it's not necessary anymore unless they re-add planes into the game, which is unlikely. We also have this entire back section to the mountain which doesn't have any point of interest at all. It's where Flush Factory used to be. Well, obviously it's over there, Flush, but you know, the only point of interest here is Happy Hamlet. So some huge dead space there, which in this entire section it could have a brand new point of interest. That's what makes me believe that during season 10 that will be the case right there. Now a little kind of theory for my design for this area is this screenshot on screen right now, credit down below. This is actually a creative island built by a bunch of people and it's really cool. The creator is down below. I think he probably got a bit of help with it, but I don't know, he's done a great job with this screenshot right here. But yes, this is taken from the map, really awesome, and it potentially could be the kind of vibe that we're going to get, more of like a jungle forest vibe, medieval-ish. It's not really medieval but kind of in the past, like a jungle-ish vibe. I don't know why I said medieval. It just reminds me of times where you wouldn't really see futuristic stuff at all. No mobile phones, no cars, nothing. Just like a jungle city, more of like a I don't know, what's this, like a pirate type vibe, but not a pirate type vibe. More of like a tribal type vibe. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting off of this. A little bit like Avatar, that sort of thing. So, you know, that's what I do believe we could see for season 10, which is really interesting stuff right there. So, you know, potential guys, big potential coming in there. So that's what I think for this section of the map. I do think we'll still keep our famous Flush. I do think this may stay in as well, the factories, but there is a lot of ice around here, and if the ice does start to melt, as we know we are roughly halfway through summer now, we've just had the 14 days event of summer, we potentially could see the ice really start to melt, and obviously that would make perfect sense for season 10. The Neo path as well completely excludes that side of the map. There is no Neo path that goes into that section of the map, which again makes me think that potentially they are going to remove it for season 10 because it clearly doesn't have anything Neo related other than the floating islands. Now moving on to the sky bases, sky platform, floating island type things, they will also have a huge impact in the storyline as well. As we know from these screenshots on screen right now, we kind of predict that the event itself at the end of season 9 is going to have something to do with these sky platforms, and obviously we are going to have to jump to the high ground. So I do think these will impact the season 10 map changes. Not too sure how, but I don't think that one there will still be there as season 10, but I do think we will still get some sort of Neo vibe going on. Now again, Paradise Palms is very, very old now, my friend Paradise. You've been here since season 5 and we are now 5 seasons on and Paradise is still standing, so potentially we could see Paradise Palms get a revamp or even a Neo version for season 10, which would be really cool. But I do think for one I've got to be careful because I can just tell that people don't enjoy the Neo stuff as much as the classic Fortnite builds. I've noticed that myself. Mega Mall still seems to be pretty populated, but compared to when Mega Mall was Retail Row and Tilted or Neo Tilted was Tilted Towers, the first location not to have the kind of double letters at the start of each name or word or whatever you want to say. I can't remember what it's exactly called. That there's a certain term for that, but you know, that was the first location for that to happen at Neo Tilted. I do think the population at Neo Tilted and Mega Mall has just completely dropped. I feel like people are going other locations like Pleasant Park and that. That's what I've personally experienced anyway. Or maybe the population is still the same, but because Neo Tilted is so big and the buildings are so tall, you just can't find anyone. And you've also got the slipstreams, which is easily to, well, rotate out or rotate in. So that's what I think's going on there with that. But I do think the Neo vibe will continue a little bit. Maybe even Mega Mall will take some hits and take a little bit of damage to it and be kind of broken and get rebuilt in the past maybe. Or we could see the entire map go through some sort of crazy portal and something could happen a little bit like we saw during Season 4. But I don't think that's going to happen just yet. I feel like the Neo vibe is still going to stay. I feel like a lot of people do enjoy the slipstreams, and taking them out will kind of affect the gameplay a lot. We still have some original OG things from Season 8. We have the geysers. We also had the cannons. The cannons have only recently been removed, but the cannons were quite a popular thing in the game for people rotating. So I don't think they'll get rid of the slipstream just yet unless they come up with another transport mechanism in the game. People like the idea of moving around the map quick, and it seems to be working with a lot of people. So potentially that's what they're going to do with that sort of stuff. Now, one of the most interesting things that I've noticed is the Season 10 loading screen. Take a little look at this on screen right now. Look at the description of the loading screen. Right there at the bottom, it says you're a long way from Lonely Lodge, ... Now, I don't know if that's just generally speaking because it looks like it's in Neo Tilted, or is it a new dimension / new world which we're going to get sent to for Season 10? I don't know. But you're a long way away from Lonely Lodge. Lonely Lodge could potentially be a location that gets changed for Season 10. This location is true OG. It's like the only true OG location remaining. The only one change that we've ever had at Lonely Lodge was the sign and the zip lines. I guess the zip lines don't really count, but the sign of Lonely Lodge got removed during the Season 4/5 portals which we were getting, and then obviously we had all rifts. Then we had the addition of the zip lines to increase the maneuverability around Lonely Lodge itself. We also had a few changes on the outer skirts. You have them kind of mini games that come and go all the time. They always happen every single week of Fortnite and in different locations. You can't really class them as map changes. But again, Lonely Lodge is a true OG location, and probably my favorite location now in Fortnite Battle Royale is Lonely Lodge because it only has really had one map change, and that was the sign getting removed. So that's why it's my favorite location. I made a video on that in the past. The true OG location is Lonely Lodge. So speaking of this area as well, this is all Season 7 stuff around Sunny Steps, a location which I've hardly landed at, to be honest. But I feel like over here we won't see any map changes just yet. It would be great to see a new map change in this section, or maybe even a new addition to this side of the map, but I don't think we'll see it during Season 10. However, this spot here, where these kind of little lava pools are, whatever you want to call them, I don't know what the exact name is for these, but they look like pools which have been being heated up by molten lava. But yes, I think we'll see definitely some map changes right here. I feel like this is where the event is going to take place in this section, and may even leave some damage just there, because no one's really going to land here for the World Cup. And again, Season 10 would be perfect to have something here because it's kind of a dead space, which leads on to talk a little bit further about Lazy. I think we may see the end of Lazy during Season 10, and this will become kind of a point of interest right here once Polar's obviously been destroyed as well. Why did I just call it Polar? Polar's over there. Once Pressure Plant has been destroyed, it's because of all these P's. There's so many P's, there's so many S's. Wow, it's just getting to my head, all these different names for these locations. And Polar Peak is the same height as Pressure Plant almost, so again, two of the tallest locations starting with P's, which is crazy. So moving over to this section over here, I know you guys want me to tour the entire map and talk a little bit about it. I think we may still see this being the same with Loot Lake. I don't think we'll see any changes there just yet. Dusty, I think, may remain the same as well. It's a famous location. Loads of people love it, so I think that will stay. I also think Pleasant Park will stay, thankfully, hopefully anyway, because it's another true OG location. The only real changes we've had is the underground. Well, we've had quite a lot of changes at Pleasant Park. We've had the house get destroyed, the modern one, which will probably be rebuilt during Season 10. We've had the football pitch change from a English style football pitch to an American style football pitch. And then we've also had the bunkers added to a bunch of the houses. For example, this one here has a bunker in it. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but yes, there's a bunker inside a bunch of the houses over here. And also we had this kind of car park section added onto the back, which originally in Season 1 wasn't fully developed. So that's been added on as well. So there's quite a lot of changes happen there. Pleasant, this was never here as well. This little thing here, this little like viewing building. There's a bunch of stuff really which happened. So quite exciting news there for Pleasant Park people who are fans of that. Now we keep moving around the back over here. Junk, I think, will stay because of the recent map changes it had during the start of Season 9. We had the Tilted Towers wreckage here, the OG Tilted. I feel like Junk will still stay in the game. Haunted, I do feel like needs a revamp, maybe even a wipe and rebuild something else here. I feel like if we get that new point of interest over there, Haunted may see itself being deconstructed and taken into junk, which I think would be really cool because the new point of interest would pop up right here, which would be really nice. It's a perfect spot for a new point of interest because the villain base is kind of a bit outdated now. You can't even really see the face anymore, so it would make perfect sense for them to do that. But yeah, I think I've just toured the entire map, giving you guys my predictions for Season 10. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Thank you everyone who's been supporting the channel. We're so close to 500,000. Well, I guess we're not that close, but we're getting closer. We're creeping our way up, and thank you everyone who's been supporting me. It really does mean a lot, and honestly, it's been really difficult to produce content every single day. I've had all sorts of ups and downs. You guys know exactly what's been happening if you're on my Discord and that. I've had like setup wipes, water get everywhere and flooding on the setup. We've had a really hard time pushing the channel as much as we can, but we're doing the best we can. We are doing really well as a team, and obviously we're trying our best to keep in, well, I am personally trying my best to keep in communication. I always say we because like we as a community, that's why I always say it, because we're such a big community on my channel, on the Discord and that. And if you guys want to get involved with all that sort of stuff, just go and join. And you know, if you have been removed or kicked from the Discord, do consider that I don't personally moderate the Discord server at that sort of level. It is fan moderated, but we're trying our best to keep it as best as we can. And I've actually got some big news coming on the channel very soon where you guys can actually join me in games, which is going to be some really exciting news. So expect that in the future if you're excited for that. We've got a lot of stuff coming on the channel, even merch dropping as well. I'm kind of just giving away a lot of news, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. We're working on lineups for everything. I'm trying my best to kind of come up with some different ideas from other YouTubers, and it actually is working out pretty well. So if you're interested in all that, stay tuned. Thank you. And if you made it right to the end of this video, just comment down below this vehicle here, so red car. Comment that down below if you've made it right to the end, and thank you very much if you have. I'll be sure to look for people commenting that by searching the comment. Thanks again for making it right to the end, and once again, this is Postbox Pat signing out.